Topic of the video is my cousin, the national coach of the women's squash team in Mexico. My cousin, he is or was, I don't know if he is, was a narco drug dealer. I'm pretty sure he still is because you don't just get out of this life once you're in it. Um, that said, why am I talking about this now? Some may wonder, people that know me, that know this is a fact, may wonder this. You guys may wonder this. Why I never talked about this before? Well, I can tell you guys partially why I'm talking about this. Okay, I'll give you guys three reasons. Reason number one: the only person I actually care about in Mexico, believe it or not, there's only one person I actually care about that lives there. Doesn't live there anymore. I'm not gonna say who this person is because this person doesn't want me to mention the name. So I cannot get into who this person is, but there's a person that's very dear to me, who I love very much, who is not living in Mexico anymore. So if this person was still there, I would not be talking about this. But since this person is not there anymore, I don't have anything to worry about. As far as the rest of my Mexican family, I do not care about any of them. I don't get along with them. I don't care about them. There's only one person I do care about. That's my half sister. She lives there, but she's very well protected. Like her mom and her family, they're very powerful. I'm not even gonna get into that, so I'm not really worried about something happening to my half sister. But this other person that I just talked about that left Mexico, I do care about, and they could have done something to this person if this person was there. So that said, this is the first reason why I'm getting into this topic. Reason number two: Donald Trump just labeled the Mexican cartels and drug dealers as a terrorist organization. So it's a responsible thing to do, right, guys? I'm just saying, I'm just being responsible with sharing this information. Also, my cousin, everyone in the neighborhood he lives in knows he's a drug dealer. Like, the police know he's a drug dealer. My whole family knows he's a drug dealer, yet somehow he's the favorite in the family. Can you guys please explain that to me? And I'm the black sheep of the family, guys, okay? Nobody likes me. I don't get along with most of my family members in Mexico. There's a long story of why I don't get along with them. Mostly has to do with my dad and his widow, but that's besides the point. My cousin lives in Villacoapa, or at least my family has a sports school there, and it's a squash school. In fact, my cousin is one of the best. Both of my cousins, because I have three, but both of my male cousins and I have one female cousins are squash champions. They're actually the best in the country. Their school is called the Crib of Mexican Squash. This is my cousin. Wait a minute. Hold on a minute. That's him right there. He'll be talking in a minute. Hold on. So this is him right here. This is face.
Por primera vez a los Panamericanos, pero me lastimo una rodilla y desafortunadamente tuve que salir del equipo.
So I researched his name. There is no information on the internet exposing him as a drug trafficker or as a drug dealer or as a narco. Now here's how it goes. There's the school that my family owns. It's a squash school, but also has a gym and multiple other classes, and it even has a swimming pool. It's like multiple stories, the school, and it's basically a gym. And not far from there, there's a street called Andador. There's Andadores in Villacuapa, and it's right in front of a public school called something 40 something. It's called the school, and the school is right in front of a una papeleria, where they sell everything with school papers and stuff like that. My girlfriend from when I was in school, is her brother's also not a drug dealer but a drug addict, and she lived in the same street as where the drugstore is at. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you guys a little story. When I was 16, when I went back for vacation once, I actually looked for my girlfriend, the same one that lives on that street. And I wanted to get back with her, but she had a boyfriend and she didn't want nothing with me. So I decided to have a few beers that day. I go across the street. I pick up a few beers, and I'm sitting on the street drinking these beers. And I knew that she would pass by there So I kind of purposely started drinking on the street because I knew she would pass by there with her mom to go to the store. So I'm sitting there drinking and hoping to see her pass so I can talk to her. And then before they could pass, the police see me drinking, so they stop. And the cops are like, "Yeah, you're drinking. We're gonna have to take you in, kid. You're underage too." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm underage. Yes, I'm drinking. Yeah, we'll take me in then." I just got back from LA. I was living in LA, so I didn't. I'd not been in Mexico in a while. And then they're talking to me, and next thing I know, I see my ex-girlfriend and her mom walking by. So my ex-girlfriend's mom started talking to the cops and started to tell them who my cousin was, that my cousin was such and such and owned the squash gym. She gave him his full name, and he's also the one that runs the store. And I'm thinking like, what store? What store? Okay, whatever. I didn't really know what was going on there, but the cops left just because Miguel Montero Villanueva is my cousin. They left me alone because they know who he is, and in Mexico, money talks and bullshit walks. So yeah, they left me alone, and then my dad told me in his own words, Miguel is a dealer. Like my dad told me it, and with a bit of a proud face too, I must say, which I thought was a little bit strange. And then my girlfriend's mom also talked about this store, and they call it the time machine because you go in there and then you get high, and then you basically lose track of time. But yeah, basically, it's common knowledge in Villacuapa that my cousin's a dealer. My entire family knows it, and yeah, and you guys may wonder, well, how is he able to get away with it for this long? And there's also a big reason for that, I think, and I actually do think it has to do with other members of my family as well. But I'll get into that in a different video. But the point of this video is that Miguel Montero Villanueva is not who he pretends to be. He's not a regular sports coach who only is into teaching sports and all this stuff. So it's like that's not the whole story. And I think in order for you to really be able to crack down everything when it comes down to the drug war and drug dealers and cartel people, it's like you need to go after guys like him too, guys that pretend that they're legit, guys that pretend that they're decent people, but they really hide who they are, And my cousin got away with it for too long, or he's probably still getting away with it. It's like I haven't been in Mexico in a while, so. But if I have to put money on it, I'll lean on that he's still doing it. I don't know for certain, but if he didn't, he did, and he should pay for the crimes that he committed in the past or the crimes that he's actively committing right now. He also uses his own stuff. That's why you can see the video. He's skinny and looks like he's high because he's always high. Like I know him. Like I've seen him get high. He's even offered me cocaine, even though I never took it from him. But it's like yeah, he's also on the shit. Like he does it too. We'd be at family meetings. He go to the bathroom and get high, and yeah, he's highly on drugs, and he also sells them. And this is why, like, how he makes like a lot of his money, obviously, because he sort of directly or indirectly runs that damn store. And keep in mind, in Mexico, there's like actual drug stores where drugs are always sold in these locations. Sometimes the army comes, they crack down the place, the police comes, they crack down the place, they close for like a week or whatever, and then they just open up again later. So but it's always in the same locations. That's like a common denominator. So I am pretty sure that store is still there, because like that's just how Mexico works, guys. It's very corrupt, and there's a lot of people that pretend that they're legit, but they're not. And I know many of them, not just my cousin. But in this video, I'm gonna expose more people, guys. But in this video, it's gonna be about basically my cousin. I don't like my cousin anymore. Like I don't typically like drug dealers. They're not my I would take it even further. I actually despise them. Like if I was a cop and had caught El Chapo, and El Chapo offered me like $1 million to let him walk, or 5 or 6 million, I would still lock him up and throw away the key. I have a personal problem with drug dealers. I've always been like that, guys. So I don't respect them. I don't like them. I don't play ball with them. I've only had to put up with them because of my work back in the days in Mexico. But here in Holland, I've always had like a zero tolerance policy against them. When I'm working doors, I kick them out. I banned them. I've quit jobs because I've realized that the owner is in on this kind of stuff, even here in Holland. So I have no pity or for these people. Like I really do not. The fact that Trump labeled them as a terrorist organization, it's probably a good thing if you ask me. Just get rid of them. As long as they don't bust like killing innocent people, as long as only get them, then I'm 100% in on that. I totally 110% agree in labeling these pieces of shit as terrorists because that's what they are. I mean, if you guys look at the statistics in Mexico, there's no other country that tops us in kidnappings, murders, beheadings, torture, etc., shootouts. Like and why is it? It's because of the drug and the money greed and the corruption and the whole mentality there of el que no tranza no avanza. He who is not corrupt doesn't advance. And there's a saying in Mexico that goes, the worst enemy of a Mexican is another Mexican. So, yeah, como dice, ¿no? Miguel, el peor enemigo de un mexicano es otro mexicano. Soy más mexicano que el Chile, a pesar de que esté en Holanda, cabrón. Y te voy a exponer a ti y al resto de la familia y todas sus pinches cosas sucias, incluyendo a Laura. I'm going to expose all of you. I just have to tell them that in Spanish, so he knows I mean business, And, yeah, I'm not over there, so they would have to come here to try and get me and try to shut me up, but they won't. I'm in Holland, and here you cannot just come and commit crimes and get away with it. It's a country where everything is seen, everything is regulated by the police. They see everything here. It's one of the countries that has the highest levels of espionage of their own citizens. So, I mean, you want to hurt somebody here, good luck getting away with it. If they want to get you here in Holland, they will get you.
You have a lot of comments.
Photo go, mate. 3.
Oh.
How are you doing, bro? I like you. I like you too, man. Goeiedag, amigo. Alles goed? Biro.
Hey, Biro.
Yeah, so, and then let me get into also my dad's widow, Laura Pineda Manzano. She actually ended up keeping almost all of my dad's properties. I should have gotten more of a percentage than what she got. And to my surprise, the house that she was living at with my dad is still the same. Like all the pictures of my dad are still there. Like I would have thought the bitch would move on, buy a house elsewhere or something like that. But no, she's like hung on to keeping the house, and she has everything in there the way it used to be when my dad was alive. But I just think it's so weird. I think it's so weird. When my grandpa died in Holland, my grandma, like within a week or two, I changed the house around a lot. A little bit too much for my taste, but yeah, she's still there. And like my Mexican family, like my cousin and everybody else, these drug dealers, they come there and they hang out there and everything in the weekends and this that. And, keep in mind, I don't get along with my dad's widow, and they never liked her either until she inherited everything. What a freaking coincidence, right? I'm telling you, these Mexicans are hypocritical as fuck, dude. And I know I'm Mexican, but Mexican greed is a thing, guys. I know Mexicans have a reputation for being good people in general, but there's a lot of negative stuff that goes along also with most Mexicans, man. Most of them will steal your shit if they get a chance to do it. I mean, that stuff you see in these movies, like the Mexican with Brad Pitt, is not fiction. Like you literally leave something there, you look the other way, and next thing you know, it's gone. Like it's just your stuff can be stolen there like that. You gotta keep that in mind. There, everyone is out for theirs over there, literally. So it's yeah, that's just the culture of the country: corruption, bribes, drug money, etc. It's a thing, man. 4 minutes, yeah, for people watching. So yeah, I think that the U.S. government should also maybe lay their eyes on my family a little bit, since they're all up to no good over there. My family, Villanueva and Montero in Mexico City, Villacoapa. This is where they all live. This is where they have their little gym school. And this is where he has his little drug business going on. So yeah, now that I've shed light on this, it will be interesting to see how long his job is going to last as coach of the women's squash team of Mexico, because I do intend to reshare this video up the ass. Like, I'm gonna send it to the squash organizations too, just so they know what kind of piece of shit they have working for them. I mean, it just doesn't give the sport a good name now, does it? To the next video, guys. Catch you later.